Hey everybody, welcome back to another week of Slingin Dirt TV. I'm Buddy Ray and Charlene, Taniqua, Handy. Way off. Brian Burkhofer.
No, I'm not that talented.
No, you're not that talented. It's Matt Dennis, everybody. So this week on Slingin Dirt TV, we've got one of the funniest little interviews with Caden Rice. Wow. You know, Songer's gonna hate me after this season of Slingin Dirt.
I think we're pushing that already, and we're only into what?
6, 7 weeks? Yeah. So Caden Rice, go-kart racer out of Des Moines, Iowa. He's the son of Angie Rice, Diamond Auto Detailing, who sponsors the show here. So that's gonna be really fun. We're gonna talk about social media. I know we talked about it, but one of the biggest things on social media is everybody with these big old fancy smartphones, they're doing that whole Facebook Live thing. We're gonna be talking about that as there are some people over this last weekend talking, you know, do they like it, do they not like it? Of course, we got Songer Says, and then we're gonna be talking about a new deal that we're doing at Joe's. So stay tuned, Slingin Dirt, we'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back to another week of Slingin Dirt. I'm Buddy Ray, Matt Dennis. So you notice how I just like, Matt Dennis. Yeah.
Nothing special.
No. So let's get right to it. One of the coolest things, we don't talk about Joe's Karting per se too much in the Slingin Dirt, at least we have in the last year. We're great to have Joe's Karting on board as one of our main sponsors, but I tell you what, that new contest we got going at Joe's Karting, oh boy, people are, there is so much interest in this new contest that we're doing. I'm not gonna lie, there's an employee side and a general public side. Nobody on the general public side's done it yet. There's a lot of people foaming at the mouth, but I think people are waiting to see who that first person's gonna be to enter it. And the contest we're talking about is the weight adjusted time racing. Runs April 15th, opening of April 15th through the closing of July 31st. It averages everything out when it comes to weight. So a 300-pounder can race competitively against a 100-pounder. Fastest person at the end of the contest gets their choice to drive a late model, a sprint car, or a modified. This is not a ride-along. This is not you go out there and take pictures and watch them go. This is you driving for 5 laps. What do you think?
I like it. I mean, there's been a little bit of it shared on Facebook in the last week now.
Yeah, it just came out a week ago on Friday.
But there's been a lot of shares and a lot of talk about it just in the last week.
Yeah, this is one of those things where you go do something in life. It doesn't matter what it is. And a lot of people are talking about it, but they're like, well, who's going to be the first person to step up? Because whoever, right away, whoever does it is going to be the benchmark. And I've told people, well, if I go in there and turn a 15.0, then I'm the benchmark. I go, yeah, but if somebody comes in and turns a 14.8, then they're the benchmark, and I got to compare your weight to theirs.
It's kind of like your best of the best that you do over there at Joe's. Somebody's going to be the fastest. It might as well be you.
Might as well be you. What do you think of that best of the best, by the way? You've seen it a couple, 2-3 times.
I've been down there and watched it 3 or 4 times, and I mean, people think, oh, it's a half-hour race, long and boring. No, it's actually pretty good because the races that are out there are good, fast, normally clean racers.
Normally.
But it's let's compare it to the A-main at the Super Nationals for the mods.
Yeah.
You got the best of the best. And that's...
It literally shows you the best of the best that we have inside Joe's. If you're lollygagging around whatsoever, you're not going to do well in this race. These guys know what they're doing. They've got a lot of seat time.
And they're fast enough that the slow guy, we'll call him, out of the 8 or 10 of them that have been doing it on a weekly basis, the slow guy is still running a 14.7 to 14.6.
And that's a slow guy.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's no slouch in this group.
No. And you don't see the whole group really getting, unless you get a big number of carts, like say 10 or 13 carts in the race, you never really see the field really get spread out. It looks like a half-hour version of Talladega going through a road course.
The only time I've seen them spread out, it's a 30-minute race. The only time you could say anybody spread out is when that 14.6 guy is running 14.6 all race.
Yeah.
And the leader's running 14.2, 14.3. But over 30 minutes, that adds up.
Oh yeah.
That 3 or 4 tenths of a second turns into a half a lap or even 2 laps down at times I've seen.
Right. Yeah, the best of the best. That's another one. Go to the Joe's Karting Facebook page. We've always got updates. Usually at the beginning of the month, the middle of the month, and at the end of the month, we have updates on the Joe's Karting Facebook page for the best of the best. But this new contest, the Way to Just Time, we call it the Race for the Dirt race because that's what you're doing. You're racing for the dirt.
Right.
So the Racing for the Dirt race, the cars are being provided to us via the Kenny Wallace Dirt Racing Experience. Boy, say that fast 3 times. Kenny Wallace Dirt Racing Experience. They're actually coming to I-80 Speedway, US 30, and Eagle Raceway. So come April 1st, August 1st, I'm sorry. Come opening August 1st, all I gotta do is do the math. And if there's up to 30 races ran, I'll get the top weight adjusted time name. If there's 31 to 60 races, I'll take the top 2 names. But you get to pick what class you want to drive and what track you want to go to and what date you want to go to from the dates selected. So it's pretty user friendly. But what I do see, and the reason why I say this, what I do see is when that first person does it, everybody's going to want to do it.
Right. Somebody's got to get out there and break the ice on it. And the races are $10 more than what they normally are. Aren't they $25?
They're 25 plus, yeah, they're $10 more, but it's the experience that you're getting to do.
Right. You get what you pay for with this deal here.
Yeah, I mean, we're not talking about some 200 horsepower race car. You're actually on dirt. They're going to be 500 to 800 horsepower. You're going to go through a 45-minute briefing. They're going to show you what to do. You're going to put the safety equipment on. I don't think you need to bring anything. It's all included in the Kenny Wallace Dirt Racing Experience. It's something you'll never forget the first time you get behind the wheel of a late model or a sprint car.
But if you're somebody that hasn't done this kind of stuff before, the only thing you may want to bring is a vomit bag.
Yeah, yeah. And you might want to stop off at the local Walmart and see if they got any good sales going on with Huggies or Pampers, because you might need them.
Depends.
Yeah, it depends. So come on over. In fact, here on the Slingin Dirt, I was going to say, come on over to Joe's Karting, run the best of the best dirt race, see if you can qualify. You know, really, you could only spend $25 plus tax and end up winning it.
It's like winning a lottery. You only need to buy one.
You only need to buy one. Now, there's going to be people that buy several. In fact, before we go to break, I want to tell you, back on the 15th, on April, Sam, my weekend track manager, we had just opened it up. To run this race for the dirt stuff. And like I said, there's one employee side, one general public side. So the employees and the general public, our times aren't mixed. We don't factor in whatsoever with each other. It's 3:55. We're not open yet. The crew's there. In fact, if you go to my Facebook page, there's a video showing it. Me and Sam bought one. Sam gets on the scale. He weighs 168 pounds. I get on the scale, I weigh, something like that pounds. Actually, Sam weighed 168, I weighed 197.6. That's 29.6 pounds difference I'm giving up to Sam. He ran a 14.851, I ran a 15.171, but with the weight adjusted time, he still beat me, but only by 0.06 of a second.
Wow.
That is just a tire chirp in the corner. That's me just barely brushing a wall. That's me not
Buddy Ray moment.
Having a Buddy Ray moment. So now, if you're in that contest and you're losing by 0.06, are you going to try to come back in and win that experience?
You're going to do what you can to make up that 0.06, because if I'm not close to beating you, I'm going to be that close to beating you and some.
Now here's a cool thing. So he's 168 running a 14.8. I'm 197.6 running a 15.1. You know what my fastest lap time is with the current track configuration?
What's that?
14.6. So now if I'm 30 pounds heavier than the track record holder and I'm running a faster lap time than him, even if he's in the 14.8s, guess what that's going to do to Sam's time? It's going to add time. Because Sam's going, or the computer's going, well, Sam at 168 pounds, we can tell you what you would have raced at Bud's 200 pounds when he's running a 14.6. So now Sam's going to be up over that 15-second mark. So, you know, your lap times can go up and down. You could have 10 guys in this challenge, and their weight adjusted time is going to change 20 different times between now and then. It's going to be that close.
But everybody needs to get down there and give it a shot.
You got to give it a shot.
If you've always wanted to do the whole drive a race car thing, this is going to be the cheapest chance you get. Even if you go in and you spend
$40 or $50 or...
Right, you buy 2 races or you buy 10 races, this will be the cheapest chance most people will get to sit behind a race car.
The one thing I want to stress too, now I think we're a little biased, it's dirt racing. But I've had several people say, well, this is kind of like that Richard Petty dirt, or that Richard Petty drive. No, not even close. There's no way you can compare driving a cup car at Kansas City or Newton to driving one of these bad boys on dirt. It's a totally different style of driving, I think. You're gonna have the car, the rear end's gonna wanna come out from underneath of you at every single corner. It doesn't matter if the track is heavy, tacky, or if it's dry slick, the rear end's gonna wanna come out from underneath of you. When you start feeling that bar suspension in the late model and the modified, and it pops that, you know, the driver's seat up, you're coming off the corner and it pops you up like so. That's something a cup car doesn't do. That's going to be a very unique feeling. So don't compare this to a NASCAR style cup car. It's not the same whatsoever. If you're doing 160 at Kansas and you think you're moving, wait till you get on dirt doing, shoot, 80 or 90, you're going to think you're hauling the mail.
Oh yeah, and obviously Kenny's cars are no slouch. They're a couple of his, I guess I'll say, his cheaper cars because they're publicly used for things like this. But still, if you can get out there and you can turn 90 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour, 110 miles an hour, there's no doubt. I've watched the speed gun at I-80 sprint cars at 120, 130. And those are experienced drivers that do it every week and they know what they're doing. So for just your average public customer, okay, 60, 70, 80.
But that 60, 70, 80 is not what, it's not going to feel like you're going down I-80, you know, Interstate 80 at 60 mile an hour. That's not what it's going to feel like.
It's going to feel like 150 because you've got a path that's 50 feet wide and 300 yards long.
Ruts, bumps, dust. I mean, you're going to have a whole lot going on. It's so much fun. So come on down to Joe's. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back. So stay tuned. It's Slingin' Dirt.
Does your car smell as bad as Jamie Songer does? Come on down and we'll take care of you. Well, we're gonna scrub all your vinyl, we're gonna clean all your seats, your carpet, everything. We're gonna put a conditioner on it, make a nice shine. It's gonna last for a long, long time. Then we're gonna hit the outside of your car. We're gonna do a nice hand wash with a buff with a nice hand wax finish. Call us at 282-4339.
Everybody, welcome back to Slingin' Dirt. This week's driver's interview. Now, last year I got to interview a lot of kids, and all the kids were fun. This one, oh boy. You know, we've been giving Jamie Songer a little bit of flack on and off the camera this year on Slingin Dirt, just a little bit. By the way, keep those updates coming. He likes updates. You raced his Enduro over there at Stewart. You know, send updates of what your car looks like after the race. He loves the updates. We get text messages all the time. He's like, Bud, thank you for the updates. Keep them coming, keep them coming.
Well, he sent me one the other day, and I don't remember what driver sent him the picture, but he said, you know, I couldn't believe how much mud actually came off of their car after they got done racing last weekend. He said it looked like it was a mountain, and he absolutely loved that picture, which it's a pile of dirt. I don't know why he got so excited, but maybe it's because he's a landscaper.
Well, now see, Jamie Songer, he sent me a text message, and one of the things that he liked about the updates, you know, when you do an update on Facebook, a lot of times people are like, click, and then they sit there and they type their deal. He's like, I don't know how many dozens of photos I've gotten of lug nuts. And so when he was at Carl's Performance, he was sending me text messages with pictures, and he's like, look at these shiny lug nuts. Why don't guys put shinier lug nuts on their cars? He goes, it's just a travesty. So, you know, make sure you take pictures of your nuts and send them to Jamie Songer. So,
I was waiting for that. I really was.
But I tell you what, anyways, getting back to the point with this driver's interview. Oh, Jamie. Caden Rice, Andrew Rice's son, drives a go-kart out of the Newton area, English Creek Speedway. Awesome kid, funny kid. So without further ado, here's Caden Rice and Jamie Songer. Hey everybody, welcome back to Slingin Dirt, and of course everybody out there knows who in the world this guy is. It's Todd Cooney's illegitimate little brother, Jamie Songer.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. But I tell you what, between the three of us here, we got one of the fastest up and coming drivers, and he's only 4 years old. Caden Rice. How you doing, Caden?
Good.
Good. Wow, you're getting a little close to Songer. What is he, like your hero or something?
Tell him.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. So,
And is Todd Cooney your hero?
No.
No. And what's Kurt Peters?
Toad
Toad Sucker, that's right.
Kurt Peters is Toad Sucker. Wow.
So, did you race the Battle of the Barn this weekend?
How'd you do?
Good.
Pretty good. Well, did you take third, first?
You were going for the lead and had a mishap, didn't you?
Yeah.
I was in the lead and crashed.
Oh, you in the lead and crashed.
Somebody slow in front of you, wasn't there?
Yes.
Yeah, now you know how all those people that race with Cooney feel.
Yeah.
Somebody slow in front of them. Todd.
But you know what? The truth be told, you're not like Songer here. You don't go airborne a lot.
You went airborne, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
One time.
One time. Tell us about that. Tell
What
us.
happened
Yeah, what
when you went
happened?
airborne? Did you hit something first or
Actually.
something break that your dad didn't get right or
On
what?
the toy, I went up, then down, then up, then down, then.
Kind of like Henry Bunce, all you seen was the ground in the sky, the ground in the sky.
Then I went forward, bang.
Into the wall? And walls hurt, don't they? I've seen my share of walls.
There one time.
Buddy, it don't hurt when Buddy hits him because he's not going fast enough.
See,
Probably
and,
not.
And at the backbone, I crashed into the tiles.
See, now I think, can you say that again? Battle of what? Say that one more time.
Battle,
How'd you say it the first time?
Yeah, how'd you
Battle of
say
the barn? Is that what you said? Can you do that again?
I crashed at the battle of the bomb.
The bond. So I think we should get a hold of Toby Cruz and you should be a spokesperson. You can do commercials and stuff for the No? Why not?
Hey. Well, what? You're 4 years old. Here's what I'm wanting to understand. There's a lot of 20-year-old guys out there. You're only 4 years old. Who's your girlfriend? We have it on good authority it's Shaylee Babe.
Oh!
Yeah.
She's
Right.
got sisters that are closer to your age.
No.
No, you're not interested in 2 sisters?
No, you just
Chantel and what's the other one, buddy?
Maria.
Yeah, Maria.
Yep. So, so what is it about Shaylee Bacon that you like so much?
The pig.
Oh, you like smoky bacon. So I was asking you before we went on camera here, if you had a pet pig, what would you name your pig?
My teacher's name.
You would name your pet pig.
Oh, I hope your teacher don't watch this. What's your teacher's name? What's your teacher's name?
Was it Miss Nancy?
Miss Angie.
Miss Anzie.
So that's what we name a
Miss
pig?
Angie.
Anzie.
Oh,
Why would we name a pig Miss Anzie? No, well, we probably better not go very much further than that. But the real question, if you turn your number upside down, what is it?
6.
If you turn a 6-9 upside down, what number is it?
Can't wait to hear you, Dad.
Dad's trying to help you. Anyway, if you turn 69 upside down, it's 96. And whose number is that? That's right. Is that why you picked 69?
Because it was my dad's number.
Oh,
now it comes.
and we know why he picked his number, because he wanted to be like 96. But seeing how he was upside down all the time, they first read it as 69. So that's why you're stuck with that number.
And look,
Team what?
booyah.
A what? It's a star?
Team Destiny?
Oh, Destiny, yes. We helped her out a lot, didn't we?
Yes,
Nice little girl, isn't she?
yes.
Yeah.
So what's it like being 4 years old and winning races?
What champion is I?
You were Nebraska, or no, corn, something, Battle of the Corn or something?
King of the Corn, I
King of
believe.
the Corn, weren't you the champion there?
King of the Corn champion.
So you were a champion go-kart racer at 3 or 4?
4.
Oh, at 4, because you're so old now. We gotta slow down here a little bit.
Because in March I'm gonna be 5.
Oh, in March you'll be 5?
So if I
Oh.
took an insurance policy out on you, it'd probably pay me pretty good
Like
to make sure.
69.
Yeah, $69.
Yeah,
Yeah.
$69.
Pretty cool.
So where are you gonna race at this year?
Newton.
Newton? You're not going to Jamaica? Gonna go to English Creek a little bit too? I think
Yeah.
Kennedy will be at English Creek.
So did you race there last year? Oh,
You raced
did.
at Newton last year. You didn't race at Jamaica last year, I don't. Oh, you did race at Jamaica a little bit, but not English Creek, am I correct?
I was at Jamaica one time.
Hey, we can't be having you fall and hurt. I mean, you're the next great star. We can't have you getting injured.
Yeah, you've already won more races at 4 years old than Summer
Buddy
has
Ray
in the last
hasn't.
4 years.
I never get hurt.
You never get hurt.
Sometimes
Sometimes you get hurt.
because
Your sister picks on you, right?
one time when me and my mom was taking a shower, I bleeded.
You bleeded? While you were taking a shower with your mom? Hey, this is PG. We can't be having, they won't even let me talk like that on my Saunders Says. How do you get away with it? Wow. I don't know, folks.
Yeah, we
It's
got
fast and maybe a little perversion going on here.
a little bit, you think? Well, hey, what is Shaylee Bade gonna think of you taking a shower with your mom? You don't really care?
You just care about the pig, don't you? No.
Yeah, you just care about the pig.
If our-
Tell you what, why don't we bring Dad in here for a few minutes?
Yeah, let's bring Dad in because
Yeah, let's bring Dad in
we
here.
know he's not the brains behind the operation, but he's probably the money.
Dad, so
Show us.
Show him the
No.
wallet.
no.
Sit on your dad's lap. I'm not gonna be quite as close to your dad.
Like 3 years like he was.
You're probably pretty excited about the commercial we just shot.
Yeah.
fall apart except for Jamie Songer part.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty. I mean, that's Playgirl's probably gonna be calling for that one.
Hey, they ain't got nothing on taking a shower with mom though.
Nope.
So give us some, so a little bit more in-depth info here on Caden.
Well, I started racing when I was 5 with my dad, Denny, and he had the 69 number, and then I had the 69 number, and when Caden was born, I told his mom we're gonna race him when he turns 5, and she said no. And then,
But when I was 3, you guys got a go-kart
so
for me.
when he was 3, with the help of Todd Cooney, we purchased a go-kart for him, and we built it all at Todd's shop and got it all ready, and then
And then came over here and double checked it to make sure.
yes, we came back over, made sure Saffel had all the bolts tight.
Oh my God,
Nothing
Saffel.
fell off. And
Like trailing arms.
then we waited about mid-season of last year, and we took him to his first race at Newton, and he did all right. And then we took him to the Jamaica race, and he did really good, and it was funny watching him because he was going off the track and spinning it out and laughing and saying woohoo through his helmet. And
Is that pretty fun?
Then I got back on track when I was out off the track. Like, I was in the grass and jump! Bang!
Zoom!
And then we took him back to Newton and ran a race, and he won it. And then we took him to the King of the Corn, not expecting anything, and it's like a flip of a switch, he came alive.
So your dad was telling me that you know how to, you can tell your dad when the car pushes and when it's loose. How do you know that? Because I'm 40-some years old and I don't know how to tell that.
Because my friend who drives this car, he is 5 and he races.
And that's how you can tell if the cart pushes?
No, Clayton and Eric Vanderplug, who rides this cart, was talking to Caden about if the back end comes around on the cart or if it won't turn going into the corners. So we sent Caden back out there at the Battle of the Barn, and it wouldn't turn, so he came in and we was asking him about it, and he said it acts like the back end wants to come around, but then once it straightens out, it wants to push and it makes me go wide.
Ah,
So he started helping us out, so we were able to adjust the cart to his need for the main. And what did we do in the main?
Full throttle.
Full throttle, went from the tail to the front.
full throttle. I can't even say that.
Full throttle.
You
Oh,
wanna teach Buddy Ray how to talk?
Kinda
Yeah.
sound-
So,
again,
what's your
believe it
friends
might
think
be
of you
Henry
racing?
Bunce's child.
Good.
they pretty excited?
This one who races 1-1, he made me.
Makes you what?
And this blue guy stopped in front of me. When Dad told me to stay on the road, man, he stopped in front of me.
And
He
what'd you
stopped
do?
in front of you.
You ran right into him.
Hey, that happened to me at Nationals too. Did you get a black flag?
See, I got sent to the tail for no reason.
Yeah, I got sent to the pits.
Well, with you, Songer, I mean, anything's possible.
Yeah, it is quite possibly.
But you're not as cute as a 4-year-old
No,
boy.
no. But I don't know why you're thinking 4-year-old boys are cute. I'm a little nervous, buddy.
Yeah, how did you and Jamie here get to become friends?
Oh my God, you can't tell this on camera, can you?
We won't say the one word, but
You used to call me, it started with a D and ended with bag, right?
Like douchebag.
Yeah, that's what you used to call me. So one night at the fairgrounds, Tawana, my wife, gave you a bunch of suckers, didn't she?
Then I started liking you.
You started liking me because Tawana bought you with suckers, right? And what were you yelling when I was racing, banging on the fence?
go what?
You were,
Go, Jason!
no, you
No.
were screaming, go douchebag, go. Weren't you?
And
And then you started calling me Jamie Songer after that, didn't
And then on Wednesday we stopped at Todd's shop and he tried getting you to do a video of Jamie Songer and you said, nope, Jamie Songer is my friend now.
And we've been friends ever since, haven't we? You go to races with me and I go watch you race once in a while.
And he brings you bags of what?
Suckles.
Yeah, I had a bag at the shop, but those guys ate them, so I'm gonna have to get you a new one. My workers ate your suckers, I'm sorry.
So is that your favorite candy, or is the suckers?
Any sucker.
Suckles and Dale.
The dum-dums.
Oh, the Dum Dums? Oh, you like the Dum Dums. Any particular flavor of Dum Dum that you like?
You son gave me some.
My son?
Who I hate.
Yeah, you don't like Riley Songer, do you?
She says it how it is.
So, I mean, if Todd Cooney was here interviewing you, we'll think of a question. What's your favorite donut?
Chocolate.
Chocolate donut.
Yep. You ever have a donut with Cooney?
Because he eats them all.
Yeah.
But as much crap as we give Todd Cooney, he's pretty good to you, isn't he?
And I like chocolate sprinkles.
With sprinkles. But Todd Cooney's a pretty good guy to you. He helps you out a lot, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Yep.
We can't give him all the crap in this interview. We'll give him a little credit, but
So we're at in 2016. Once again, is he all going to race at?
He's gonna run Newton for points. He's gonna run the MDKC Midwest Dirt Karting Challenge. We're not gonna run that for points though, we're just gonna run it, and then he's gonna run 2 specials at English Creek, and then he's gonna run 2 asphalt races.
I love you.
Oh, okay. Well, tell me about your go-karts. What can you tell me about your go-karts back here?
That's not mine, but this is mine.
who built your motors?
Killam Racing. Larry Killam.
Really kill him.
And he works on your cart a little bit too, don't he? Helps
Yep.
your dad? Who else helps you out besides Todd? Killam Racing Engines, anybody else? Diamond Detailing, Diamond Auto Detailing? Where they keep your car looking as good as they look.
And Mike Bennett with Dynamic Drive Lines pays for your entry fees.
Yes.
Anybody else out there you want to thank?
And Jeff Moan with J&K Complete Car Care paid for your wraps and bought you a set of tires. Oh, Bob and Barb Steen bought us their enclosed trailer. And then Brown's Construction just came on as a sponsor here last week. And we got Jamie Songer with Supreme Lawn and Landscape on your cart. Can't forget about that.
No, I mean, he's got the dum-dums.
Say he needs to give up some money though, don't he?
And Toad Sucker put him on his coat.
Toad Suckers on your cart too?
Yep. It's not on your card, it's on this one. No, that's Dynamic Drive Line.
Dynamic Drive
It's
Line.
over here, buddy, right here.
Yep.
Point to it right there.
Right there.
Who's that?
Toad Sucker.
Who's a toad sucker?
Go Beatles!
Kurt Peters.
Kurt Peters?
Ah. Well, I tell you what, if somebody wants to follow Caden and his racing and his antics, how does one follow Caden?
Caden has a Facebook page called Diamond Motorsports Caden Andrew Rice.
There you go.
And we put pictures on there and videos of his racing weekly.
And Oski on Wednesday nights, right?
And
With me?
Oski on Wednesday nights with Jamie. He loves Oski.
Oh, really?
And what happens when people run into me on the track? Oh yeah, we can't do that. That's right. But you tell them they're number one in not so subtle way.
So, here in closing, you have anything you want to say to your fans? Maybe Shaylee Bade, your girlfriend?
Who's not my girlfriend?
Well, not yet.
Who's not my friend?
She's your friend?
You want to say thank you to everybody? Tell them. Tell them.
Thank you.
Say thank you to everybody that helps me support my racing.
Thank you.
Well, there you go. This has been Slingin' Dirt. We got Caden Rice. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Joe's Karting is the Metro's fastest indoor karting facility. Come to Joe's to experience speed, join the competition, and ride the fastest indoor track around. Our professionally designed indoor karting track is perfect for arrive and drive racing, race classes, and racing competitions. We offer affordable pricing options, membership packages, event outings, and so much more. Stop in today to get registered for your next race, and don't forget to like us on Facebook for deals, giveaways, and more. Visit us online at joeskarting.com.
Hey guys, I'm Jeff with DriveDirtCars.com. Does your current race operation look like this? Well, if it does, give us a call at 815-990-2657. We're actually financing Harris race cars and CMC crate motor connection crate motors for your racing operation. Our payments range anywhere from $200 to $350 a month. If you'd like to get a new motor or you'd like to get a new chassis, give us a call, 815-990-2657.
So I tell you what, these little kids in racing, when I interview them, I honestly, genuinely wonder, what was Jeff Gordon like when he was 4 or 5? What was Tony Stewart like when he was 4 or 5? You see these energetic kids that just have a pure love. That's the only way I can describe it. And Caden Rice is one of those kids. Chase Rudolph, you look at Chase Rudolph now, yeah, to me he's still a kid. To you he's still a kid. He's still 16, 17 years old. Yeah, but we're old. Yeah, we're old.
But one thing with the kids, the younger kids, like we'll say 10 and under.
Yeah.
It reminds you of what it was like when you first got into racing on your own. It was fun. That's all you wanted to do. You wanted to go race. You wanted to work on your cart, your car, your whatever it is. But it was back when it was fun, before you got, and a lot of guys get caught up in it. They turn it into a business or something like that. But the kids remind you that you can still have fun when you're out there racing. They don't, some of them are more competitive than others. They want to win. Others just want to
I think all the kids want to win. But, well, like you said, they all want to win.
But some of them are more competitive about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the kids bring the fun factor into it.
You get to be our age and you got sponsor obligations, the financial cost of it. And after a while, you know, you've been down the road. There's been nights where you're like, this isn't fun at all. You know, some of these kids will go out there and they'll pop a tire or they'll crash, or, you know, to them it's fun. You know,
and we're not saying that there's not a financial side to it for the kids, because mom and dad or grandma and grandpa, somebody's taking care of the bill. But the kids don't see that side of it, so they can enjoy it that much more.
Funny story, this true story by the way. I've actually had some people ask me, where in the world's Preston at? He hasn't been on the show. It's still the school year yet. Once school's out, Preston's gonna be back on Slingin Dirt. With that being said, I caught him texting. I took a cell phone from him the other day. Funny story, you talk about having fun and racing. So I go, Preston, let me see your cell phone. I just like to, you know, see the messages and the text, you know, make sure he's talking to who he's supposed to be talking to, not talking to who he's not supposed to be talking to, and watching out for his safety. And I read on there, and I quote, I hit the wall coming out of turn 4, and I rolled the car 4 times and broke my leg. And this girl's like, that's so brave of you. And I looked at Preston, I was like, are you kidding me? Seriously? You don't even own a car. But they have so much fun in this. They see what us big guys go through, and they want to be us so bad that they're willing to almost fib and basically lie about even our bad experiences, because to them, they're rock stars in school and stuff. It'd be so fun for us, I think, to go back to be that age where there's no care in the rule, no care in the rule. Yeah, I've been there, but no care in the world.
Yeah. You're still there, bud.
Yeah, where there's no care in the world, but just go back and have fun.
Right.
You know, it just, and Caden Rice exemplifies that with all the kids. If you go on the Joe's Karting Facebook page, every now and then you'll see a meme, and it says, the desire to race starts at an early age, and the young boy's actually looking off towards the right, and you can see the track at Joe's kind of blurred out. That's Caden Rice. You know, in that picture, that was taken at the Racing with the Stars last year in 2015. That picture was taken, and I was like, oh my God, this is a great meme. What do I put? And then I was like, well, the urge to race starts at an early age or something like that. And it got shared a lot. So Caden Rice is going to go a long ways. He's now in, this last weekend, I just got the update. He's now in quarter midgets, I believe.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Sprint car wings.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what more can you ask out of a kid that's been in the shower with mom and called Jamie Songer a douchebag? I mean, it only makes sense that he's going to go to sprint cars. So, I mean, but I tell you what, Jamie and him are so close. We give Jamie a lot of slack on the show, and putting all dead seriousness aside, Jamie's a great guy. He does a lot for the sport. Jamie and Todd Cooney give each other crap. You see that. Songer and I give each other crap all the time.
Jamie does a lot for a lot of people, not just the sport or because you have a race car, but Jamie does a lot for a lot of people.
He does so much for raising money for kids, for charities. He's put together this Iowa Enduro series. You guys need to get a hold of Jamie Songer on Facebook, by the way. And this is all seriousness. He's putting on.
This one's 100% legit. We're not just messing around.
He's putting on one hell of an Iowa Enduro series. I don't know all the dates. I do know 5th place paid $1,000 to win,
right,
which was incredible. Here last weekend at Stewart, he had 20, 30 cars. This guy should be having 100 cars.
Right.
And there's a minimum weight rule. I mean, you can put anything you want. Pickup, Chrysler Cordoba, Imperial, my old grandmother's Marquis station wagon. You could put whatever you want in it. There's a minimum maximum weight rule, but I believe it's either 2,000 or 5,000 to win. I couldn't remember right off.
I want to say it was 2,000 to win these Enduro races.
But 1,000 for 5th.
Right. But to get more info, the best info, payout, scale.
Look up Jamie Songer.
Yep.
You can't go wrong.
And you can either find Jamie, either just type in his name, and if you can't find him that way, go through Bud's page or my page.
If you go through my page, you'll see us giving each other crap all day long. So, or look up Todd Cooney's page. He's always creeping on Todd Cooney's page. So I tell you what, we were going to go to break, but seeing as how we're talking about Jamie Songer, the ladies behind the camera, they're like, well, we're going to do this here. I'm just going to go straight to, let's do a Songer Says, and then we're going to go straight to break. So without further ado, here's Songer Says.
Warning, the related content may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Alright, so lately I've been seeing a lot of posts about not paying enough, or, pit passes went up, but pay stayed the same, and blah, blah, blah. And I agree. We're racing for the same money we raced for in the 90s, early 2000s. It is shameful. But we all complain about the fuel going up, which isn't a big deal right now, but as far as like Cam 2, yes, it is. But the same fuel that's went up, gotta go in them tractors to prep the track, gotta go in that road grader, gotta go in the trucks to pack the track, all that. And I thought it was a simple thing to do this promoting thing till I started doing these Enduros. And there's a lot of stuff that goes into the cost of a racetrack that you don't even understand as a racer. For instance, you trashy ass people who think it's a great idea to throw all your trash on the ground at the racetrack. Who in the hell do you think picks that up? The garbage fairy just shows up and picks it up? No, the track and the promoters gotta pay somebody to go pick that up. So you complain and you want this and you want that. We all want something. But until Bernie Sanders becomes a promoter, nothing's gonna be free. And if it was, then you'd all be racing for the same. 1st through 30th pays exactly the same because we are going to equal out the racing of America. Anyway, that's a political rant with that jackass Bernie. But everybody wants to complain. Have you people ever priced insurance for a racetrack? Holy crud! Talk about an eye-opening experience. I thought I paid a lot of money for my business. Racetracks are outrageous. And just think of what you're taking on for risk. Every lap you could be killed. And there's 15 people in every lap. I mean, that's a lot of risk. And you got fuel, you got help, you got the flag guy, you got the ambulance service, I never even thought of that when I started this. You got the firemen. They're not free. I know y'all think they donated, but they don't. Now, there are some good people out there that trade, like, I know, and I'm gonna brag him up, Rick's Towing trades his tow services at Stewart for some advertisement. Great guy, supporting the racing. He used to race. He's Bill's out there supporting. There's a lot of stuff like that that goes on out there. So, when you're sitting there complaining, thinking that these guys are getting rich, hey, I got news for you. Are you gonna go out there and spend 20 to 30 hours a week because you just want to? No, you're gonna try and make some money. And once again, unless Bernie and his group are prepping the tracks, I mean, nobody's gonna do it for free. And I'm not so sure I want to run on a track that Bernie's prepped. So while I do feel, and some tracks have up to pay, Northern Iowa, for example, great paying. Southern Minnesota, great paying tracks. Love it. I'm glad they can do it. But I'm telling you, it cut in to their overall profit too. Because they're not putting as many butts in the seats as they used to either. And if you're not getting people in the grandstands to help out, because that's where you hope to God as a promoter that your pits pay for the entire purse for the night. And then your grandstands and everything else and your concessions is what you're going to make money off of. But when you got to go rob from the grandstand to cover the purse, that's not a good thing, folks. And there's a lot of tracks that have to do it. But the next time you get on and you say how rich you think all these promoters are, do a little study and figure it out what it costs, and then we'll talk. And by the way, for all you Bernie supporters, I don't even have anything to say. I can't. There's nothing to say about that jackass that be G-rated.
Facebook. Here. You know what I'm doing? I'm gonna Facebook Live us doing the show right here. See what it, let people see it. No, that's too much work. It's Monday morning. So, hey everybody, welcome back to Slingin Dirt. Good point. This is what we're gonna be talking about. Live streaming of races. I was watching a local track here in the Midwest. They don't like it. A lot of people in the pits loved it.
And I was just gonna say that for the fans and the racers, hey great, I don't have to go and watch the races or spend the money, or if it's too cold to take the kids, I can watch it online for free. But I can see the tracks or various podcasts or TV shows or whatever you got out there as a film crew on some of these nights. I can see where they're gonna be pretty pissed about it because they're being paid or paying to film this event, and now it's being done for free.
You know, last year when we started Slingin Dirt, I had several tracks ask me, are you gonna bring your cameras up and are you going to tape the whole race? And I'm a firm believer. I'm literally, Matt, right on top of the fence. I'm not leaning one way or the other. I'm right on top of the fence with this issue. Tracks last year wanted me to come up and tape the whole race and then put it on Slingin Dirt. Let's be fair. Speed Shift TV, that's what they do. You go to imcatv.com or IMCA TV or On Demand TV, whatever they call it. That's what they do. Speed Shift has some interviews. IMCA TV, which I think is Barry Braun, I could be wrong. I thought it was Barry Braun.
I thought he did XAM.
Or XAM, or whatever it is. They do interviews. I didn't want to be that guy. When you go into doing something creatively, you want to be the guy that stands out. Now, we've got a pretty good show going on here, but you hardly ever see me live videoing the races until April 9th or 10th, something like that. April 8th, I'm out at ID Speedway for the Bug Eater Bash, and I have this new phone, my beloved Note 5. I should get, some kind of...
I don't think you signed a sponsorship contract with them, so you don't get anything.
No. So I get this Note 5, and it's got a live broadcast feed on my Facebook. And so I'm using that. I wanted to see people's reaction. Oh dear Lord. I mean, my phone blew up within 30 seconds. I've got hundreds of people on my Facebook following the action at an I-80 Speedway. Now, is this TV quality live streaming? No.
No, you're doing it off of a cell phone with track lighting, so the quality is not going to be the best. You'll get to see some of the stuff, by all means.
By all means.
But in all honesty, the live feed, it's good, it's bad. Quality of the picture isn't good. So if you want a quality picture and you want to sit down with your popcorn and your beverage at home on the couch,
better watch Speed Shift or
watch Speed Shift or XAN or IMCA On Demand. One of the bigger ones that this is what they do, not just somebody with a cell phone.
But when I was at an I-80 and I'm live streaming the Bug Eater Bash, there was people who have, late models or modifieds, and they're out of state. Well, all of a sudden on my newsfeed, it's, what track is this? The track surface looks great. All of a sudden, there was two guys that were literally on opposite ends of the United States. I-80 is now my bucket list track. I-80 Speedway, how many times, now look, and we've talked about this a lot. Tracks can get dry, slick, smooth, rough, tacky, ruddy, but I-80, for the most part, every week's pretty smooth. Right. It really is. And these two guys were commenting on the track. Also, if you're a new driver and you've got somebody on your Facebook friends list that's videoing the races live, now it's not like I'm sitting up in the grandstands or I'm off in turn one and you can see the whole track. You can only see just a tiny little sliver of the track. But guys were, before the races, guys were like, Bud, go out on the track, show us the track, show us how wide, show us the banking. If you're a driver, do you find that helpful?
Yeah, and you and I have talked about doing that before, even.
I've done it on the show last year with Off-Road Speedway. I did it with Stewart. I did it with Dennison. But if you're the driver who's never been to that track, you find that helpful. Well, then also there was fans that have never been to the track. But what I also saw was a lot of fans saying, "Well, do they race tomorrow night?" Because I'm giving them a glimpse.
Right.
Of what's going on. So now, and there was people that came the following night. Now I understand the track goes, well, what's the use of selling tickets if they can just stay at home and watch your live feed on Facebook?
And I can see that side of it too.
Yeah, but in a way I can't. Because unless you're sitting up there with some $18,000, $20,000 cell phone with the best stuff money can buy camera pre-installed on the cell phone, it's not gonna be like taking your camcorder or a 4000K resolution camera. It's a cell phone. You're only gonna get a 50-foot swath that's gonna make any sense. You get 100 yards back from the track and you're gonna have pixelated blurs going around.
Right, well, and that's like we had said just a couple moments ago, is if you want a quality picture to sit at home and watch off your computer or your TV, that's where your XAN and your Speed Shift come in. Right, they do have subscriptions.
Right.
Depending on which one you get, it can get a little bit pricey at times. But if you want a quality picture, a quality view, that's what you got to do, or you got to come out to the racetrack on your own.
Yeah.
We're not out there with this live feed thing to try to take business from these other guys. It's a quick update,
yeah,
and a little bit of a, hey, this is what the track's like.
Yeah, but to me, I think the promoters, in some way, I understand where the promoters are coming from, but in some way I would think the promoters would embrace it because, look, I promote Joe's Karting. Everybody knows that. If Matt Dennis comes over with the camera and it's a busy Saturday night and you're sitting there live streaming Facebook at Joe's Karting, or the best of the best competition that we talked about earlier in the show, if you're sitting there streaming that, people are going to be like, oh, well, maybe we ought to go to Joe's. Well, if you're at I-80 Speedway, Eagle Raceway, Crawford County Speedway, US 30, if somebody's live streaming what's going on in the pits or even a couple of laps in the show or during the races, you're giving somebody that little taste of what that track's got to offer. I embrace that. If I'm a dirt track promoter, show them. I know Look, I know you're not going to want to stand out there for 35 minutes during a modified A feature, or God forbid, a sport mod A feature with 25 different caution flags.
I think it'll be a deal where promoters need to lighten up on it a little bit. And I say that because if I was a promoter, I'd want somebody down there doing the little bits here and there, not recording the whole night or the whole modified feature or sport mod feature, but little bits here and there because it's free promotion for the track.
Yeah.
Plus, if you're out there racing, let's say there's a 3-day race somewhere, big special.
Silver Dollar National.
Let's call it Silver Dollar Nationals. And you're out there on Thursday night and your car's not working at all. Well, now you have a crew guy standing there with his phone watching the car go around the track as you're sending that information back to your manufacturer, and you're getting tips and tricks from him. Hey, I can physically see what the car is.
You know, that's happened a lot. I never thought about that until last weekend. I was hearing through the grapevine that chassis builders were wanting, and that's not necessarily on Facebook live streaming. A lot of the newer phones have a live broadcast, and it's two totally separate deals. You have live broadcast icon, you got your Facebook icon. If you want to live stream on Facebook, you go straight to Facebook. But otherwise, in some of today's newer phones, you go to the live broadcast icon, which on most phones it's gray, it's circle, it says live broadcast. You click that, you go up to, there's another icon that says invites. You go to the invites, and you just type in the certain cell numbers, and only those cell numbers can see that live broadcast. And so I talked to several drivers like, our chassis builders are loving this because, you know, granted it's a 20 to 30 second delay, but they can see, you know, and it's all of a sudden that's helping the cars and the drivers and whatnot. So I understand that, but the video quality on that is, depending on your coverage area, it gets a little dicey.
Well, in the live broadcast, I mean, if the chassis manufacturer's busy doing business or something where he can't watch your live broadcast, if you at least do it to your Facebook, 20 minutes from now, he can at least go back and replay it and watch it. Usually you've got more than just a 20 or 30 minute gap between the heat and features, so if he can at least see it 20 minutes later, hey, you know, text you back or something, this is what I would recommend, A, B, and C. At least he can see it. So there's pros and cons both ways.
Right. Tell you what, that's all we have for this week of Slingin' Dirt. So go out there, make sure you're sending Songer some updates of your car. Watch your live broadcasting of the tracks and stuff like that.
And Jamie's Enduro races.
Jamie's Enduros. In fact, there's a couple things. Jamie's Enduro races. I cannot remember the name of the series. Get a hold of me on Facebook, or even get a hold of Jamie Songer. It's Jamiesonger. Can't believe I spelled that. But get a hold of Jamie Songer on Facebook. His Enduro series is really, really cool. This takes you back to an old time, in an old place where racing was fun. That's what this is supposed to be. He's talked about it on his Facebook a lot. Jim Steffens with the racing calendars. I want to do another shout out to Jim Steffens. Calendars are going really, really good, and they're really cool because it's got all the races marked. So you can't ever say, well, I didn't know they weren't racing at Hancock County Speedway. Yeah, you did. It's right there on the calendar. Yeah, dork.
Yep, all you got to do is look at it. It'll tell you where you want to go.
Yep, exactly. So, Matt Dennis, Buddy Ray, this has been Slingin' Dirt. We'll see you on the flip side next week here on Slingin' Dirt.